Welcome back, everybody, to the Lowground podcast,
Welcome.
the finale. Sorry about the audio quality, first and foremost, because I'm on holiday in Montenegro, and the internet is about 1 megabyte a second, and I'm on my laptop with no microphone and using Bluetooth headphones. So also Matt's quality will be shit because it's coming through my headphones.
But
Um,
we're here. We're here, and we're ready to talk some IDL Dota 2.
yeah, exactly. We couldn't miss a week, obviously. This is the kind of
Obviously,
commitment.
I would never miss a week
Yeah. Also,
for any reason.
I've almost finished my pint. I might have to fill up a little later, but you know, tip of the fedora to any Scrandal enjoyers out there. Yeah. So
100%.
since we had our last pod, we had quite a lot happen, which was the finals first and foremost. Then we
Yep.
had
Finals on Sunday.
the draft as well. So this is almost a
Yeah.
finale of one, but a prequel to the next episode.
Yeah. This is
Um,
we're bridging into the next season basically. So end
yeah,
of last one into the new
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, team of the week is broken this week because you'll have to explain it, Matt.
Oh, yeah. So the ticket, I was talking to Sabater about this yesterday, and the ticket that they'd made for the season um, didn't take into account the extra week of playoffs that got added to the format towards the end. So by the time the finals rolled around, the ticket had expired. So they had to make a new
Mm,
ticket, basically. And it all got a bit fucky with the stats. So instead of that, we're doing a team of the season, which isn't going to be strictly stats based. It is mostly stats based, but it's also mine and Henry's
yep.
vibes.
And anyone who gets a team of the season award, um, you can get a trophy from me, a 3D printed team of the season trophy, if you want one. If you want me to, yeah, I'll bring it to you at the trap house. How about that? How about that?
Oh hell yeah!
And then we can do season 42 as well for the trap house because no, season 41 awards at the trap
Yeah,
house. Yeah, as
because
well.
we should have
We can do
finished the
both.
season by then. It's like 3 months. Yeah, it
Yeah,
should be. Should be nearly finished, or at least nearly, very nearly finished.
yeah, exactly. Okay. So let's have a look then. Let me just quickly close by Matt Chomp Amos and JPK Strats pages. Let's have a look at the first game, which was
Yeah,
you were playing Weaver. So it was Yam on
yeah,
the joke Edgar Quap. Okay, this Quap, first of all, in this patch looks busted. Like
yeah. Quap
absolutely
is
busted
fucking full
crust.
on busted. Yeah, I didn't going into the draft. I didn't anticipate Edgar playing the Quap just because I hadn't seen him playing it. So I was hoping we were just gonna let it fly on by. Um, but yeah, he had a show this game. He was showing
Mm,
off
he
for
was
sure.
showing off. He was letting that thing
Like
swing a leg, you know what I mean?
yeah, it kind of just felt impossible to deal with this co-op after a certain point, and not to mention it's the co-op that has an oracle as well,
Yeah.
which is just like yeah, you want to make this hero unkillable twice. Sure, why not? Let's put an oracle. Oh, and a dark seer, because why not? It like after this game, we sort of realized that everything on the Radiant team this game seemed to be designed to make sure Edgar was as unkillable and unstoppable as possible, and it was really fucking annoying. So
Mm,
I think we banned it going forward, but yeah, he
yeah.
took over this game. We could have won this game, but there were a couple of opportunities you see towards the sort of 60-minute mark where it dips down. But yeah, a couple of key errors, unfortunately, on my part.
But at the same time, I think it was
And
pretty.
also, oh, well, actually, it wasn't necessarily errors. I got bashed at some very fortunate
Yes.
or unfortunate
There was
times.
one time when
That
you got the bash just before clicking time lapse, and it was like it killed you because that
yes,
one hit bash near the base.
yes, yeah. The towards the Radiant Tier 3 bot, I believe. Yeah, there was one of those, and it was just like, well, okay, I guess we've lost now because I
There
got
was another one as
bashed.
well.
But
There was another
these
one
things
near.
happen.
There was another one
Yeah,
near the Dire. It was Dire bot lane, like right outside
yeah.
the trees. Um,
But yeah. But by bashers, I guess. By bashers, kids, they're good.
yeah. thought
But
this
yeah,
was
everyone on Radiant had a good game this first game.
they did. There was
It was actually
also
really. I've been told it was an exciting game to watch. So if you want to watch a game back, by all means, watch this one.
like if you've not watched it, this game was fucking sick. There was also one thing where like this quap was about to die and it would have like won you the game, but then Sabata had a like, super clutch Oracle ult on the
Yeah,
quap, saved the quap, and that saved the game. That like won the game. It was
yeah.
insane, actually insane. Although I
Oh,
think
I was like chasing Saboteur around for so long this game. He bought a Shadow Blade to counter my Nullifier.
yeah,
Like he was doing all
the
sorts
Shadow
of
Blade was
nonsense shit so
crazy.
I couldn't kill him.
It's sick.
Like
Ghost
he
Scepter,
knew
yeah,
I was like every fight I was like on him and like he was just being a little weasel, like getting out of these fights, like getting away from me just by like the skin of his teeth, and it was like driving me up the wall. But yeah,
yeah.
it's a good game. A good game.
It was a crazy game. Really good to cast as well. I think other standout performances, Snubs on this Witch Doctor in lane was so cold. Like the amount of times that you tried to go on the Darkseer, but then like a double cask
Yeah.
would come firing out, and it would be like, oh, now what the fuck?
Hmm.
Because we've got no HP, two cast bounces. Stupid hero. I actually hate Witch Doctor. I think it's such a stupid hero. Pisses me off.
Well,
Actually
there's
pisses me off.
certainly going to be more Witch Doctor in this series.
Actually pisses me off. As
Yeah.
well, I thought there were some sick Mars arenas. I thought just that everybody was playing. This was like a proper finals. It wasn't like there was one
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there was one team that was like
Yeah.
super busted. Everybody was just playing on form, like bringing their finals A game.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
so that means that in the second game, Daggercles would have to win to force a third game. Oh, and they did. This was yeah. So the Mars was pretty contested. Like I don't know why it was so. I mean, we had Witch Doctor again. We had Mars again. It was like everyone was just taking the other. We had the Undying first pick again. I think the order was like
Yeah,
those.
we were very happy picking Undying. Undying
Yeah,
was like we were so happy picking it. Mars, the first game when we picked Mars, we were using it as a block pick against Drow.
yeah. Okay.
Um, and then I'm not entirely sure why they picked it into us blind. Well, actually, no. I've got our thoughts were that we were pretty sure they were using it as a flex between Edgar and Moose. So to sort of have two roles in one pick and keep it open. So that was more where they were going with it, I believe, with the earlier Mars pick. Because I didn't feel super concerned about the Mars throughout most of this game as the Monkey King. I wasn't too bothered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was allowed to play Monkey King in this game, which was really nice. More teams, please, by all means, let me. That'd be really
Do
really
not.
lovely.
Do not.
Do not.
I think.
Yeah, I asked again. I was out with Sabbath yesterday, and I asked about why they allowed Monkey through, and they were pretty sure that the SD would do enough with the purge, and I was like, yeah, that normally is the case if you don't have this monkey sitting on top of the SD's head, killing him at the start of every fight. And that was my goal. My stated goal was to make sure Saboteur died as quickly as possible, so that he couldn't be as annoying as he was in game one.
Yeah.
So that was
Award for
my
most
approach to
annoyingest
this game.
player.
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah. In this series, definitely the most annoying player. My god,
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
Yeah. I thought as well.
This was actually a really interesting draft. It was
Yeah.
like
Go
really
on.
interesting, like back and forth, like draft because we were pretty sure they had this flex Mars pick, so we had to try and pick something that was going to be good against the Mars mid. So we went back to the Shaker, and going into the last phase, they picked this Phoenix, which we were pretty sure was going to be mid, and we didn't want to put the Shaker mid against it. So we were like, "Hey, Lab, do you play Shaker offlane?" And he was just kind of
No,
like,
Lab.
"Yeah, I guess."
Joking? Wait, I swear Lab's like a plat tier shaker or like master tier.
Yeah, which we haven't apparently we didn't exploit at all throughout this season,
No,
which I
it
didn't
was like that could have
realize
been the best
up
flex.
until yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe potentially we should have been doing this more, but he had a fucking standout game on this Shaker. He's
Yeah, no
possibly
shit,
the
he's
most
plat.
insane Shaker player I've ever seen. But he did this shit like we'd see one hero and he just blink immediately slammed and found four heroes. Like we didn't know they were there. he just sort of went for it. And like I don't I said to him afterwards, I don't know if I've ever seen a more insane like Earthshaker player. Like you can't just do that. You
He's
should
both
get punished.
insane
It's
and
not fair.
both meanings. Like he's actually
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
actually losing the
He's
plot.
actually crazy, but it really worked nicely with how I play Monkey, I suppose. I guess maybe I play him a bit insane too, but like yeah, we got ahead this game and just sort of ran with it. And Edgar really did try his best in this Phoenix mid, but I've tried Phoenix mid in IDL as like a high rank player, and you get to a certain point and you can only do so much on Phoenix. You can't
Yeah.
like you just can't win the game on Phoenix. It's
It did.
like you can
It felt
win
like it ran
maybe
out of
one or
steam
two
a little bit.
fights. Yeah, that's
Like
what I
it.
mean. Like you get
Mm.
to some point in the mid game, and then suddenly it's like I can't egg because I'm just gonna die.
Yeah,
Like
especially with sniper. But it was like there was flashes of this Lena that was like, oh my god, this is doing a shit ton of damage. But it was almost like
yeah,
before the Lena could get online, the game was just kind of flattened by the Monkey King, the sniper,
yeah,
like doing so much damage. I mean, Edgar was doing all of the Phoenix mid things correct. It just needed a bit of juice from the Lena that wasn't quite like
yeah,
there yet. I think Yam had a pretty not the best start, and in the mid game it was not the best transition, but then late game it was properly ramping up, but just not enough to get over
it's
the edge.
nearly
Like,
there. Yeah,
yeah,
nearly there. It's like just not quite.
yeah.
I've just realized now going into this game, I did a really risky Monkey King build in this game, like item build.
What was it?
I didn't go for any farming items. I just went Echo BKB Desolator, and just sort of
Oh
was like, yeah, I
yeah,
guess I'm gonna have to kill them. Um,
yeah. You did go
I think
Desi,
reasoning
yeah.
behind that was like they're all low armor heroes.
I think we
There's no
talked about
agi
it
heroes here.
in the cast. Yeah, you guys just had
It's
bonkers
definitely a
amounts of
risky way
damage.
to play Monkey. Yeah,
I thought as well one of the builds that stood out to me when I was in the game was just Fluppius going full like
late male
um,
blink.
uh, yeah. I mean he went Greaves as well, but it was like I think him doing the auras was good because I mean Shaker's doing fucking full damage, Sniper's doing full
Yeah,
damage, Monkey's doing full damage, and none of you had anything defensive items. Um, so I think that was good. I also like how you
he
picked.
looks really good.
I'm guessing
He looked
you
really
were
good on the Undying.
picking Undying for Bayesian first of all? Question mark. And it was like the
No,
pick is
it was always for either one.
okay.
It was just
It's
we'd
just like
figure
oh,
out
see who
going in.
wants to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
because yeah, we picked Undying 3 times this series, and it was played by a different person all 3 games. So we had 3 flex on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right. Third and
But yeah,
final
this was a
game
good
then
game. Good game. Yar.
was it was a 2 Alex's
It
win.
was a
So
victory. It was a
it was a victory,
victory.
which means they are the champions of the season. I've actually already spoiled it because I forgot that on the load on the actual like podcast screen over
Yeah,
there
it does probably show
it
it. Yeah.
yeah it says congratulations. Okay, anyway, so this was first question, why did you let Yam play Drow?
Um, because we had a plan for it, and then go. So we picked the Undying and the Jakiro as we did before, and then our
Hmm.
plan was if they picked Drow, we would pick Mars +1, and then I got overexcited at the possibility of giving Bloppy a Spirit Breaker, and threw away the plan that we had, and it kind of fell apart from there. Honestly,
Mm. It
like
was going
we
well.
had a plan, and it was going okay. But then Moose and Edgar got online, and it was just like, yeah, we didn't have any way to stop them doing what they wanted. Really, it was really difficult because we didn't have a big team fight. Hero
Yeah,
shock horror. It didn't go well.
yeah. I
But
thought this Slardar was on fire, like
yeah,
actually kind
yeah,
of
his
like.
Slardar looked really good. He promised not to pick Slardar and did it anyway. But you know that's fine. He went back on his promise. Me and Moose had a agreement before the series not to do anything with Slardar, but it's fine.
But it's
It's fine.
um,
What
yeah,
can
as
you do?
well. You had about a million like last hits and denies. Like there was a point where
Did
Edgar
I?
literally, well, yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately
in lane, yeah,
in lane, like
yeah,
there was a point where Edgar was just going to hit something and it was like, oh, bonk, bonk. Like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope. There was just absolutely nothing. Let's find out what the net worth was, because if Ed goes above like 3.5K, I'll be surprised. 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I did have a
Yeah,
really good early lane.
3.3. Yeah, there was nothing Edgar could do. Literally nothing. Like, he couldn't die, but he couldn't get any last hits. It's like kind of
Yeah.
stupid.
I do like that matchup a lot for DK. It's like it's a really safe, easy matchup, and if you get a couple of stat items, you can either you either just grief all of his CS, or you just every time he walks up for a CS, you just hit him, and then you stun
Yeah,
him, and you keep hitting him,
yeah. There was a few
It's
times
like
where he got
really
low in lane
frustrating.
as well.
Yeah, I think I killed. I don't know if I killed him.
The
No, I
one
think
near
I
the
did kill him
tower,
once.
one near the tower, like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure I killed him
I
once.
can't remember.
Yeah, I did,
That's
and I got an assist as well. I think someone came in to rotate, and I got another kill.
yeah. There was one kill like 15 minutes. I think you popped dragon form, and then like there was like a fire breath and a stun, and
Yeah,
it was like, yeah, something like that.
but yeah, it was a good early laning start for us, but it never we never could get anywhere because I think it was just that we had a big draft disadvantage. I didn't feel happy with how I drafted in this game, and it happens. It happens.
It does happen, which means that snubbed to Alex's and the snubbed AF moves take the victory for the finals.
Yeah.
Also, Edgar's first ever win. I'm not sure who else's first
Is
ever
it?
win, but it is Edgar's first ever win, which to me is like
With Moose's as well.
Moose, obviously Moose's, but Finn told me this like like a few months ago, like 6 months ago or something, before maybe in the middle of season 39, when we
Hmm.
did the roaming pod, and I was like, he was like, yeah, Edgar's not won a season yet. I was like, excuse me,
That's
like,
crazy, isn't it? That sounds wild.
yeah. Um, so congrats, Edgar, getting your first season win, and
Yeah,
congrats everybody else, of
congratulations.
course. And obviously, let's not forget, Finn had to drop out of the season because he got a job, and this was Edgar captaining, picking up the reins, and yeah, Yam carrying Edgar to the first season win. Thank you, Yam. What
Yeah,
can
and
you
that's
do?
so Saboteur is on that team. Saboteur's got the most season wins now at 5. So he alley-ooped
Oh,
me.
wait, so five is now equal to Custard.
No, Custer's got 8.
My bad.
Yeah, Custard's still at the top with 8. Goldrin at 7. Gianni quietly
Wait,
confident at 6.
hold on. Custard's got 8, but someone else has 8 as well, because Custard is not
Yeah,
number.
Stephen far too far. You won't know him. He
Okay,
was
yeah.
before your time. He
Before.
also has 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, so Custard's still leading the way,
he's still trying to
but
get that first win.
uh,
The next win, sorry. The highest words.
so that
Never
is
mind, carry on. Yep.
Yam 2, Snubs 2 as well. I think did Snubs win
Okay.
last season? Oh, no,
Um,
no, that's Snubs' first one as well. So three first time winners there. There you
wait,
go.
Yam's first one.
No, this is Yam's second.
I was gonna say, okay. So it was Edgar's
Yeah,
first, Moose's first, and Snubs' first, Sabata's fifth, and Yam's second.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to be fair,
There you go.
like, this was not a team that at the start of the season many people would have put money on to be winning the season, I think. Like
I
when the
would say the
original.
same thing for my team as well. Personally, I think my
I don't
team
know. I
was
think
pretty
yours.
under.
No, I think your team was
I
like,
don't think we should have got that far.
really. I think everybody
Yeah,
else
I
kind
don't
of
think
thought it was
so.
like a third. Your team was like a third place team. But like, I've got no
Yeah, I
shame.
think third or fourth. Yeah.
I've got no shame in saying I thought this like to Alex's team would be like playing in Spoon. Like I thought it was going
Oh,
to be
really?
a Spoon team. But then again, now I'm looking back and I'm like, wait a minute. Like this is
Moose and
actually
Edgar
kind
on
of,
the team, and you're saying it's a spoon
yeah.
team. I don't know,
Maybe
man.
I think I was just smoking some crack or something. I don't know.
You're on
But
the
yeah,
Untitled Scream Team Ganja.
I was on the Scream Team Ganja. I think now we've got the season results. Do we have the final season results? Like, do we have a standings table?
Um. Ooh.
Or
We
we can
have
write it out real
the
quick.
bracket. We can use the bracket. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Where's
Let me
the
just go. Let me
season
just bring
40
them up
playoff
here.
bracket? Yeah. So, yeah, I can run it. I can run through
Yeah,
the
yeah. So one was AF
standings.
Moose. Two was Daggy,
Daggy
please.
please. Then it's Goo Crew.
3 was Goo Crew.
Then it was Scream
4,
Team.
4 was Scream Team. 5.
Then it's 5, 6 were Pandemonium and Hurricane Pike. That's 5/6.
Yeah.
7 is Strong Opinions.
Yep.
No, wait. Yeah, they did win the spoon, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then it's Tidebound.
Yeah. 9 was
Monster.
which
and then
was
it's Nathan's team.
Oh yeah, CBA.
CBA and then Nathan's team.
Nathan's team. Okay, so like in terms of let me copy and paste this to you. In terms of like over and underperforming this season, I think let's go from first to let's go from last to first. Nathan's team finished 10th. I think. Let me bring up their stats page for each one.
They were like low middle. They were towards the bottom of the Elo numbers. I'm looking at now.
Yeah. In fact, let me bring up the drafts as well, so we can go season 4,
season
40.
Yeah.
So Nathan's team. Okay, so this team was nearer the bottom, but I still thought it was like on paper a good team. I thought. I don't know. It seems like on paper they could have done a bit better than they did. I think.
I think maybe if JJ had spent more time. I think JJ had spent more time playing support and less time walking into the sea, then maybe they would have done better. I don't know.
He did a lot of walking into the sea. I think Samson had a really strong season, which was crazy to me that he lasted so long in the player draft that we'll go on to in a bit.
He had really good early games this season. I will say that, like really good.
Like his laning is kind of crazy.
His laning is kind of crazy. For sure.
I think somewhat the side lanes underperformed. Like Ollie had a decent time. Gianni as well had a decent time, but it seemed like they always fell flat, like in them kind of nearing the end games and in the later mid games. So I think a team that potentially slightly underperformed, but were near the bottom of the Elo. I think they were like 8th in the Elo. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they were third from the bottom.
I mean, it's not a disaster. Like it's not a disaster season. They've just done a bit of Elo settling in. CBA was
they were middle Elo pretty much.
Okay, so I subbed for this team for the Spoon final, and this team was. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. This can't be right then.
Did I do it wrong?
Maybe. Oh, hello. My camera's on. FYI. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, was it not Tidebound in the final? Was it CBA in the final? Okay, well then swap those two around, and then that's right. Sorry, that's my bad. I didn't have the results in here because the results haven't all been filled out, so I was sort of remembering wrong then. That's my bad.
So it was actually CBA came 7th.
Wait, did CBA win?
Yep. Strong Ops came 8th.
Shit. My bad.
And then Tidebound.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So Tidebound were 9th.
Yeah. So we go Tidebound next. Okay. Tidebound was.
Then in that sense, they were the max. They were the highest Elo team, numbers wise.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, they were somewhat missing a strong player for the season.
Yeah, Andrew's in a rough spot right now because he's really expensive.
Andrew is definitely who I was. Yeah.
No, I think because he's like not at maximum capacity at this point, and it's really difficult because I'm sure he wants to be playing better, but it's hard. It's just hard, like playing on ping.
Yeah. What I was saying obviously is they had somebody have to leave the team earlier in the season, and
this is true.
They were playing at a disadvantage there, but I do agree.
We had a long sub in Frenzy. I think Frenzy did well.
Frenzy was fucking amazing. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I think the team had a really...
I don't think hampered them too much.
Yeah, I think Frenzy had a really like a good season, but also the strong point of this team was its supports were sick. Like every game, both
Mm.
supports were popping off. I don't
Yeah,
think.
Alex and Frenzy, like, yeah, popping off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think them finishing ninth was like a support issue. Not to say it was a core issue either. I just think that the supporting was fucking fire.
And
I'm trying to.
it's just no, it's just difficult. Like, it's difficult to, because you do want Andrew to be your focal point as the team, like in the same way you'd want me to be the focal point. And if that player's having like network issues, like what can you do? Like, it's not really it's not easy to play heroes like Puck or Denver Spirit on ping. It's just not. You just can't really do it. For example, if I had been playing on ping as the one position I was playing this season, that's maybe a lot more straightforward to do than playing one of these high intensity, high impact mid laners. Like, I didn't play many quote unquote difficult heroes this season. I probably could have done it on higher ping. I wouldn't have been as good, obviously, but two is a much harder role to play on ping, I would say, than one.
Yeah.
So it was real difficult
Yeah.
time.
This was the highest elo team though, so somewhat of a you could say like underperforming in the elo, but then again, like I don't think this team did badly considering they were playing with a stand in the whole season pretty much, and they had Andrew on crazy ping.
Yeah.
Like they had some super solid performances.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Strong opinions. Now, this is a team that I know everybody on very well, and I'm going to speak the truth. I think this was an underperforming team. I think that this team could have won the whole thing. I think this team could have won the whole thing.
I think this team should have won.
This is a crazy stacked team. Every one of these players has been playing like at a sick level throughout the season. Somewhat like somehow I don't even believe they came eighth. Like after watching the games, because they had some unbelievable games, and
they're also the ninth and the ninth lowest on elo as well. So how can you say they underperformed there, Henry?
Oh,
they're the ninth lowest.
I mean, that kind of tells you how undervalued.
Undercosted, I guess. Like, like they're so cheap, like clearly. But yeah, I agree. I do think this team probably should have done better. I know they had a lot of subs issues going into the late for the regular season, and then even going into the playoffs. I don't know how many games they actually played as a full team, so maybe that could have an impact on it. But yeah, I do think this team looked really strong. I was really worried about playing against this team. I was really worried about playing against them.
Yeah, this was though the second lowest team in terms of elo. So technically they didn't underperform. Actually, they overperformed. But I think this was was maybe my favorite to win the. Actually, I'd say second. This was my second place team to win the whole thing. So that's good for them though, because season 41 just around the corner. Cough cough. We're going to cover that in a second, and these guys are going to be pretty good value, as they were already value. I mean, to be fair,
my god, GNC is like the most giga value. GNC and Higgsy are like the most giga value. Like, I can't imagine.
It's crazy. All of them are crazy.
It's genuinely wild. Just flicking over to the season 41 tab and seeing GNC in the bottom half. I don't know, man. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so then next up we had CBA. So I think this team, I would say, slightly overperformed. Spoon winners. And they had Light of Seven is obviously a bit of like has to play often plays in a support role, so that kind of disadvantages them a little bit, having no super high ranked player as a support. Also, they've got the lowest rated player in the league. Borky actually having a really solid season, I thought, playing, although it was subbed out for Bayesian half of the games, I think actually over half of the games. In the games that they did play, I thought they were really solid. And I think just everybody playing solid on this team. Like it was a really solid team. Everyone playing well.
Yeah, they've got a really nice tricore. Yeah, they've got a nice tricore. Monty, Semmel, and Seven. Like those three as a core, like that's actually pretty sick. I think the trouble for them was trying to figure out where to put the players, like what roles. And once they figured out a way that worked, they kind of stuck to it, and then obviously it worked in the Spoons. I think it kind of took them until the playoffs to sort of really dial in where they were going, which is a shame, but what can you do? It's
Yeah, I think
It's hard.
there was a bit of like shuffling around. Like not everyone was really playing in the same roles. There was some LA carry, there's some
Hmm.
LA support, there's some 7 off lane, some 7-4, some 7-1. Like,
Yeah.
but I think this team did really well. I was really impressed. And when I played on them, it was an ultra good vibes team. So it's like sick. Good for them. Moving up, then we
Hmm.
had fifth, sixth place tied Pandemonium and Hurricane Pike.
I
So
think
let's
these teams
cover.
were good.
Yeah.
I know that Hurricane Pike were pretty much dead middle on the elo. I think for the season, I think they were
Yeah, that's
fifth
right.
or fourth. I do think this team overperformed, and I'm
Me,
really
I would agree
impressed
actually. Yeah.
about how well this team did. I
Yeah.
think this team did really well, and I'm like props to them for making it work. I think and also from what I know, this team, the vibes playing on this team were like top notch. So I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to be unhappy with how the season went.
Yeah, I thought they did sick. It somehow always worked out that they were like losing horribly, but then actually you look at the map and they were kind of winning crazily. It was like, what is going
Yeah,
on here?
yeah,
I never
yeah.
really understood it. They're like, oh, mega
Like,
kill for the other team, rampage for the other team. Oh, but their agent's gone. All right.
oh, but somehow Nick has taken 2 lanes of Rax
Yeah,
somehow.
just using
Like,
on Pugner.
how
It's
did
just
he do
blasting
that?
it.
He's playing Skywrath Mage. How did he take Rax? Like, it's like Nick can do inexplicable things on the map that just don't make any sense, but somehow
Yeah,
he wins. It's
yeah,
amazing. I love watching Nick play. It's so funny.
yeah. So they actually had a pretty good time, and also I think then moving on to Pandemonium, Nathan's still a good value
Pandemonium.
pick,
Hmm.
finishing fifth, sixth. I thought this team,
Yeah, he's 660. He
yeah,
actually went down
yeah,
60 elo. Fuck, or 60
yeah,
draft score.
he's crazy value now. This team, I think, performed about where I thought they would. I was like, this is going to be middle of the pack team. I thought they had some really
Yeah,
good
I think so.
performances.
Yeah, I agree.
Had to play with some
I'd agree
subs
with that. I
sometimes.
think, yeah, quite a
So
difficult team to draft against, I'd say.
yeah, there's a lot yet to
I had
cover.
trouble drafting against them. Yeah, a
This
lot to
was
cover, exactly, yeah.
Edo playing support, right?
Yes.
And is Edo playing in this in this season coming? Season 41. Let me
He
just
is,
check real
yeah.
quick. Which team is he on for the new season? Huntedo. Oh, he's on there. Yeah, he's on the crazy. Yeah, that's a good team. Um, okay, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to dive into these ones. Hold on, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
real season 4. Let's finish this up. Yeah. So then, Screen Team finishing in fourth. They were.
Yeah. What do you think? How do you think your team were? Do you think your team should have done better? Do you feel like you
I think
over underperformed?
I think if I was to put money on at the start of the season, I'd put us around fourth. Like, I don't think we under or overperformed. I think we were just kind of
Yeah, I think
pretty
your team
decent.
looked really scary. Like I didn't enjoy playing against your team. You always gave us trouble. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it was
feels
because I think you specifically play annoying heroes for me. So I don't know. It's like
okay.
that's my where my brain goes with it because you're just a bit of an annoying offlaner for someone like me to deal with because you just
Okay,
play annoying shit and it's like,
that's
ugh,
good.
bro, can you not just play something normal?
Yeah, I do like playing
Like,
annoying. Yeah.
just like I play a normal offlaner so I can beat you. God damn it!
No,
Stop
this
playing
is
these weird ass
the thing is
offlaners.
every single game it'd be like, okay, what weird offlaner can I play that just goes equal with Matt and Lane? That's all I care about. But this on paper, and I
Yeah,
think kind
and
of
you
in the
did it.
game,
You did
yeah,
it.
yeah, true. I think on paper and in the game felt like we have definitely a standout player. We have like
Yes.
one Ryan's a lower rated player, but like he's actually kind of plays but like he's not really a lower rated player. Um, and then the rest of us are kind of just like decent players. So it's like 4 decent players with one standout player, and it felt like it just
Yeah,
a
you're
really.
dancing around JPK, making
It,
him look like a star.
I mean, he is a star player. He is a star player. So it was like, let's do that, and he's going to
Yes.
carry
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So it worked pretty well. Yeah,
And he did a lot of times. A lot of times
Mm,
he did. Like there were
yeah,
games that like it did feel like watching them from the outside view. Like it was like he had the whole team on his back.
yeah,
Like and he was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna win this one, guys."
Yeah, that was
Like there
kind
was a
of
couple like an Alchemist game I'm thinking of where he won the game by himself. There was
yeah.
like there was a couple of Medusa games where also he was just
hmm
like, "Yeah, okay, yeah,
It
everyone,
was like we
both
were.
other lanes are losing, but it's fine. JPK's having a good lane, like we
Yeah,
win."
Joe
Like
did not
it's
lose a single lane this season. He won 12 and drew
mhm,
7 lanes and lost none. That is
yeah,
pretty good. Um, Not like yourself, who I think you lost one. Unlucky. And dare I say it should have
unlucky.
been two.
What can I do?
Um, so yeah, decent performance from Scream Team. Goo Crew, another team that I think slightly underperformed. This team should have won, in my opinion. Thoughts?
Uh
I mean,
yes.
look at
If
this
we're
on paper.
talking going into the playoffs, I would say
Going into the
yes. I don't
season,
think
just
they
going into
looked as
everything.
dominant. No, no, no. Yeah, no, no. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, but post playoffs, I think they got a bit figured out, like towards the middle of the playoffs. I
Okay.
think I don't know. That's how it feels for me, because I think we had one series against them, which was a 2-1, and the game we lost, it felt like we kind of threw it away. But the other two games were a lot more comfortable. The one I'm saying is, I feel like at least I had figured out a good route to be dealing with
Right.
them,
Yeah.
and I don't know how much adjustment there was on their side, but I do. And then obviously to Alex's beat them as well in the lower bracket.
hmm
So I don't disagree. I do think this team was really good. It's just I don't know if there was enough. I think actually if maybe there was too much flex in this team because they had so many moving parts with so many different cores and support players and doing all sorts of shit. They never had like a proper like set thing because they would pick a
Yeah.
hero and be like, okay, this can go in like four players in three different roles, and it's like, well, that's not like the easiest way to draft, and I think sometimes the
Mm.
drafts can get away from them a bit, where they had just had too many ideas. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
Henchmid. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I
Well,
think
that was effectively a show match. That was a show match, basically. It didn't matter. But yes, I
true.
do agree that that one was a bit egregious, I think.
Yeah. I think they should have won. Just like this is having Lilith be the lowest rated, having Buttons being your lowest ranked player is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
criminal.
It's a
Like,
crazy team when you think about that. When you're like, because you look at the draft, look on the left, you can see like Ed5, Jabba, Mini Greedy, like three picks, like bang, bang,
yeah,
bang, we're all next to each other. That's wild that there's
yeah,
three picks, like one after the other. And then also you look down and Butterbeans is like four below. And then Lilith
yeah,
is like another six, and it's like, okay, well, this is like the ultimate mid-range team. Like they have all
yeah.
mid-range players in the sense that there was no weak player in this team,
No,
which was I think what everyone was so intimidated by because there was never going to be like a real easy hold poke in this team.
yeah,
Um, so that was
unlucky.
definitely their big strength going in.
Yeah, and then Daggy Fleas, which was the lowest rated team? Question mark. And
Yes, not by
actually,
much. We were a
not by
little bit
much. Yeah,
below
yeah,
strong opinions.
yeah, not by much, but
But I
the
think we overperformed to fuck. I think we really pulled it
so
out this
I
season.
think my
I think you saying you think differently, but
yeah, I thought you were like my 2/3 coming into the season. I thought it was going to be um, uh, Goo Crew, then Strong Opinions, then Daggicles. That was
I
honestly
appreciate
what I
your
thought.
belief in me.
Because let's be honest, Bayesian is rated still way lower. I mean, especially in this like this draft thing, Bayesian is rated
Yeah, he
like way
cost
lower.
negative 3 points.
Yeah, Voluppius still arguably rated lower. Daggy definitely rated lower. So it's like actually this kind of is a 2400
Mhm.
team when you think about it. Um,
I'd say
so
maybe 22, 23, something like that. But yes, I see your
yeah,
point. And the fact that Lab went until last pick is kind of weird as well.
that is
I would say that. I
crazy.
know we did
Yeah.
a couple of jumps because the draft order was me obviously first overall, and then there was a big gap, and then Velopius, and then there was a smallish gap, and then it was just a Bam Bage and Bang Lab at the same time. So I think
hmm
that was why it looks like he was last pick. But yeah, I think that the whole team here it just sort of clicked once we got our roles sorted with Daggy going mid every game and me playing one. Like this is the first time I've ever really just the only other time I felt really comfortable letting someone else mid in an IDL season was when I've been with Semmel, and I can trust because like it's really difficult. Obviously, I've been a mid player for most of my IDL time, and like having someone to trust to go mid, and I can just not have to worry about it for a season is like it's a pleasure for me. And Daggy did tremendously this season against all the
Absolutely.
opposition. Daggy was like Daggy was our rock basically this season.
Yeah.
Or perhaps our Earth Shaker.
Earth. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Shake it out.
but
I think
yeah, I can't sing Daggy's praises enough this season. I really can't.
yeah, and I think without Daggy, we'll go on to our team of the season in a minute. But Daggy, whilst not our mid laner of the season, our honourable mention of the season. And
Yes,
all,
just in general.
yeah, yeah. Any other season, this would have been a team of the season performance throughout. So yeah, and then our winning team, AF Moose.
Yeah.
So I think this team crazy overperformed. Like when you look at it actually now, looking back on it, Edgar Moose.
Yeah, you said this earlier, and I was like, "Are you sure, bro?
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
sure?" Because
At the
they got
start
two
of the season,
immortals in their team. Like, it's not even.
I thought this team was going to come like sixth, seventh, maybe. Like I thought it was. I thought
Right.
it was like solid, but I don't know. And then now I look like an idiot. Simple as.
I'm not gonna lie. I do think going into the playoffs, I think Moose and Edgar both sort of shifted up a gear in their play, and suddenly it felt like, oh god, this is actually a really fucking scary team now.
Yeah.
Suddenly, because what happened was they played us in the first round of the upper bracket, and we did 2-0 them. But as soon as they hit that lower bracket, they were just mowing through teams.
Yeah, they were
Like they
absolutely
just,
no. Did they do a full
it
low
just
bracket run?
because they tore. They tore through Pandemonium, then Scream Team, and Gukru. So they went through the gauntlet. Like they didn't have an easy lower
And
bracket
then
run. They
the
played all
finals
of
as
the
well.
teams,
Yeah,
and
they
then they
played
played us
everybody.
again. So like, yeah, exactly. So like, you can't take anything away from this team.
No.
Like they really grinded for this win. So fair
Yeah.
play. And like, yeah, you can't take anything away from them. They had I'd say each player on this team had a standout game, or at least once or twice.
Mhm.
Like, because Snubs is, I believe, I think he impressed me out of all the. I mean, Beijing did as well. I'm not gonna lie, but everyone knows Beijing now. I think Snubs impressed me the most this season out of the players because I watch him and it's like consistent performances every game, and
Yeah.
it's not easy to do that as a support in IDL often. So
Yeah, and with that, shall we go on to our team of the season? So
yeah, let's go into it. Let's get into it. I've got the
yeah, so this is team of the season is not actually
gonna
well, it's kind of stats, but it's not all stats. It's what Matt and I think who are the standout players. So that doesn't necessarily mean like you are the absolute best. Like it's not like we've got Matt, JPK, Moose, like everybody JJ on a team. I think it's just that who had a standout performances in our eyes for the whole season. So honourable mention was Daggy. That's our only honourable mention.
Daggy for mid. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, let's start
I'll let you
with
start.
POS 1. Yeah? Let's start
Yeah,
with
yeah.
POS
You go
1.
ahead.
So, I think it's hard to argue that having 800 GPM and 1000 XPM average doesn't make you the best POS 1 this season. Yeah, Matt, I think you might be a step above. You turned it up a gear in POS 1 this season, that's for sure.
I do think this is the first season I've ever. I think this is the first season I've basically only played POS 1, and this is the first season I've actually felt comfortable doing it. So I'm really glad I had a good performance. But I I don't want to be the one to say I felt like I was the best POS 1 because that's really big headed. But I do think I had a really good season. So
from an outside perspective, as much as a JPK lover as I am, he is basically my boyfriend. I do think
yeah,
this season you were the best POS 1. PK had a killer season as well, but it was just not quite as killer. Like it was still killer, but yours was more killer. So yeah, POS 1 of the season goes to yourself, Mr. Mellon. They can't. The
thank you.
accusations of a biased podcast will never stop. We just
Wait till
keep
you
on
hear the
going.
POS 3 of the season. Just you wait. We've got to get there, Henry. Don't worry.
Wait till you hear POS 3 of the season. So POS 2 of the season. POS 2 of the season was
Was yeah.
Edgar.
Edgar.
Yep.
Edgar. He really just showed off this season. It does help that this meta at the moment in like Dota in general really favors these really just over the top flashy heroes, and Edgar does really well on all of the heroes that are really good right now, like the Quops, the Embers, the Pucks, the Pangos. Like he does it all. So yeah, best pos two.
Yeah, Edgar best pos two, first win for Edgar as well. So
Yes, yeah, first season win, yeah.
yeah, well done, Edgar. Best pos two of the season. Best pos three. You wanna
Oh, yeah, I think it goes to Moose. So he obviously had a really standout season last season with 4Fab. Didn't quite manage to clinch the victory. JPK held him back, unfortunately. JPK and Beijing, they were holding him back.
real.
And this season, he gets to let loose with Edgar, and yeah, they just looked unstoppable as a duo. So I think having the most pos two and pos three of the season, I think it makes sense. They felt like a dynamic duo. They're just playing off each other the whole season, and it just there were some games where it just looked unstoppable, and yeah, that's enough. That's enough for me.
100%. I think it was a clear standout offlaner from the season, and looked really kind of in tune mechanically this season. I think is maybe a weird way to say it, but it seemed like his laning mechanics were just like just a tier above anyone else in the offlane.
Yeah, it's like I said, like going into the playoffs when they got into the lower bracket, like Moose especially shifted up a gear. I think Edgar was pretty consistent throughout the season, but Moose really just turned on in this like playoff bracket and just went hard.
Drafting as well, like the drafting, the hero selections for Moose throughout the playoff bracket were like unbelievable. I think, and he knew all the matchups.
He played with
Just,
everything.
it was really really good. So congratulations to Moose for our best pos 3 of the season.
Yeah.
And then pos 4 was.
So pos 4, yeah. You can do this one.
It was Snubs for our best pos 4. Consistently great. Simple as. I mean, actually, now I'm saying it, we've got 3 people from the same team. But yeah.
I don't think that's wrong either. I don't think so. I mean, I personally may have, if you were asking just me, I may have put Vluppius there, but that's going to be team bias because I think Vlup's really good too. But yeah, I do think Snubs, in terms of like his place in the team, I think he overperformed like most games. Like in terms of what I would have expected, not necessarily actual skill level to what he should be doing, but like I wasn't expecting that kind of performance. So fair play.
Yeah, I think Snubs was just so solid. Like in my head, the standout performances from Snubs were always on Shadow Shaman. I thought.
Yeah, Shaman and Witch Doctor.
Yeah, and Witch Doctor. Yeah, some crazy games on both of them. So well done, Snubs, on our best pos 4 of the season. And then Matt, do you want to take best pos 5?
Yeah. Oh, best pos 5. Could it be anyone else but Bajan99? Bajan99, he is consistent. He's consistently he's played. How many games did he play this season? Like 30 games or something. He was fucking grinding.
He was grinding.
like across like 3 different teams.
In the last
he just shows up, man.
Yeah, in the last 3 months, he's played over 300 games of Dota. Like he's averaging
on
averaging
that hard unemployment grind.
3 games a day. Like this man does not stop. He's been playing, and you can diving in at the deep end with a lot of the high ranked players, I think is really showing from how much he's improving, and he's already playing well above his elo. So I think I wouldn't be surprised to see him still rock it up in seasons to come. I do want to say though,
agreed, hard agree.
Runner up for my support support. What's it? Not runner-up, honourable mention, is Sabata. I think Sabata had a fucking mint season as well. Like, really, really impressive.
I agree.
Agree. Well done, everybody, on your team of the season. If you want, I haven't got cards because team of the week's broken because we've got no ticket for the. Well, we do. I could technically get you one, but
it's fine. It's fine.
You can get a custom
also
3D
just
printed
quickly,
card.
I suppose. going forward, me and Henry aren't sure because Imp is quite clearly busted now. It really just doesn't work properly, I don't think, for most games. So we might have to try and figure out a new way to do Team of the Week. We haven't put any thought into that yet because we haven't spoken about it, but we're gonna. I need to have a think about it.
Yeah,
Just
we think
because I don't
maybe
know,
it's
it
something
doesn't
to do
seem
with
very
Nathan's
fair to be
thing.
using Imp when it's like just all over the place. It's just all over the place. It
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense sometimes.
Nathan's thing
Um,
could be useful, but
we
we're gonna
we
have to,
maybe try and pull out some data from Nathan's thing. Yeah,
yeah. And it could be that maybe we have
I'm
separate
not sure. We'll have to
MVP.
figure it out.
Yeah, it could be that we have separate MVP things for each position because then it's a direct comparison. Like for off-laners, we can use different metrics to safe laners and to supports. But we'll have to, yeah, Matt and I will talk about this
Yeah,
because,
that's true. There was a discussion. I had a discussion with Sabbath yesterday about Ideal Fantasy League could be coming back at some point in the near future. So watch that space as well. We could maybe use the fantasy points as a, but that won't be for this season. He said more than likely. So, but that could be a route we use for Team of the Week. Is like we tot up fantasy points and then use that. So that could be a thing going forward, but not for a little while.
yeah. And
Right.
with just also a quick one before we move on to next season's stuff, the Nathan database is out. So anyone who doesn't know, Nathan's put together an amazing platform program thing.
Oh
Which has
yes, God, we didn't even mention it. Yeah.
all the stats, like all the stats you could think of. And if you want him to add more stats, just message him and say, please add this because he can will do it. And it has like you can play a head-to-heads from across seasons, see what heroes have been playing, what they've been winning on, what they've been losing on, etc., etc. So yeah, that's an awesome little addition we've got there from Nathan. So with that, shall we have a look at the teams for season 41?
Yeah. So we'll do a quick preview of teams going into the next season, and there are some well, there's some interesting team names first of all,
let's
because
run
we've got
through.
some team names in here, and some of them are provisional, but some of them are, I believe, that what the teams are actually going for. So I'm interested
We've
in
got
this.
hold on, we've got the Jolly Pirate Crew, pirate flag emoji.
Yeah,
We've got the ass
yeah.
guys, the bad guys, Slappy Fatnuts and the Spaff Hazards, Team Rocket, the good guys, the silent guys, Sporky Diver, and then Dorky Spiver, aka the provisional bad guys.
That name is not staying. I've already
Okay.
spoken to Pete about that. That's not happening.
Okay.
But yeah, we can go with it for now while we're talking about them. But yeah,
Okay.
a lot of guys in this season. A lot of guys.
So, in your opinion, then, let's get a let's quickly run through the game, run through the teams, and see who we think which are the good teams, the bad teams, the silent teams,
So we got
ass teams.
yeah. So on Jolly Pirate Crew, we got Joe, Seb, Jerry, Hannah, and Kiwi. Now, depending on where they put, I believe Jerry. I think Jerry plays two.
Jerry
So I
does
think
play
that's
two.
where they're going to lean with this. So I think it's going to be Joe 1, Jerry 2, Seb 3, Hannah and Kiwi 4/5. So they've got their roles sorted, which is genuinely quite a difficult first step in some IDL teams, like figuring out just where you're going. So they've already got that bit sorted. It's just going to be a case of how well is Seb's back in Dota. He hasn't been back to Dota for too long. He's been grinding a few games out. He's been playing a lot of AD. We're going to see how well he goes into going straight into CD. I think is going to be an interesting thing because maybe his hero pool isn't quite as robust. And same with Jerry. If we're not sure about Jerry being a mid laner, I'm curious what mid laners Jerry's going to bring out in a CD season. So
yeah, that's true. That was my thoughts as well. Like Jerry, I've seen him. I know he plays like Brood and Arc and stuff like that, kind of cheesy stuff. But I don't know how like the versatility that Jerry has. So looking forward to seeing it. Really.
Yeah. Also, Joe has got a relatively wide hero pool, but he also plays specific heroes. He doesn't play like all the kinds of carries. He plays like archetypes of carries mostly, like that do similar jobs. So maybe if he gets left in a pool where there's only aggressive carries, we're gonna have to see a bit of versatility come out from Mr. King.
I think Mr. King is going to be absolutely fine. I think he's one of
I
probably the
hope
better I think he's one of the better people in terms of their ability when it comes to CD versus CM. Like, I think he's going to have no problem at all, to be completely honest. So next is the Ass guys. This seems very close to a team we've seen before.
This almost like a certain ass team, perhaps even.
Almost like a certain Ass
the
team.
anti-stomp stratagem.
Anti-stomps. We'll be seeing if it can have a better
I think
time
this team
time.
looks good though.
It
This
does,
team
yeah.
looks a lot stronger because of the inclusion of our cheap Mr. Jeans going in, slotting into this team at third
Team of
pick.
season snubs as well. It's not slotting in there.
Yeah, Snubs, Frenzy's back. We spoke about him in the as sub for Tidebound last season. And also Dread Knight back in as a strong pos one. He had a good season on Ass, regardless of that whole team's business.
Success. Yeah.
So and they've also got their roles sorted with Monty 2, Dread Knight 1, Jeansy 3, Frenzy and Snubs 4-5. Like that's easy roles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this team in action because they're going to be, if they have a good season, their elos are going to go up because they are the lowest elo at the moment. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily fair. I think Jeansy's had a few rough seasons in a row, and I think his has just dropped. But I do think he's worth more than what he is right now. So I think we're going to see Jeansy have a really good season.
Yeah. Then we've got bad guys. Nathan and JJ on the same team.
Guy. They're very bad.
And story time on. This is
and story time. I know. This team looks scary. I don't know.
They might be the bad guys. Not gonna lie.
I think they're the bad guys. And looking at roles here, you're potentially staring down the barrel of a JJ storytime lane. That's a bit of a that's a scary lane, huh?
I think Dev's playing 2. So Nathan's 3, Dev's 2.
Oh, are they playing with Nathan 3?
Yeah, I think that might be wrong. Nathan, doubt he'll watch this, but if he
does, then you could. So it's either in that case, then it's either JJ Nathan or JJ Will, regardless. Then and that is either way. That's a scary proposition to have to lane into. So I do think a lot of this team's strengths are going to be coming into this sort of these 3 first, like JJ, Nathan, and Will. Like they're going to be the focal points, and having that on core and support that's a luxury most teams don't get. Usually it's everyone's highlighting the core players, but here JJ is, and he's got a fucking sick team. Everyone was saying, JJ's got a really hard draft position. And he's ended up with he's just gone ahead and picked Nathan, and then it got back round to him, and he's like, "Oh, Will's there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess I'll just pick Will."
And it's not like
fine. And then he's rounded out nicely with the last 2 picks for sure. So I think this team's. I'm going to be honest. Going across, I don't know if there's any teams here that I'm like, damn, this team's shit. Not that I'd say it anyway, but so far these teams are all scary, and this is only going into the next team, which looks possibly the most scary.
Okay, the next team is Slanty Fatnuts and the Spaff Hazards, which is Custard, Meanie Greenie, H Market, Jabba, and Marquise.
Dude, your team looks so scary. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Not gonna lie, this team looks sick.
This so I think that the picks sort of speak for themselves in terms of why that's scary. I'm not 100% sure how you're doing roles. Are you playing mid?
I'm going to be playing support this season.
Oh.
So
really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much giveawayness I want to be letting. I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away.
You don't have to. It's just I figured it was so far from my mind. The way I would have laned this is Custard 5, Charlie 3, you 2, Jabba 4, Marquise 1. That's how I would have done it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're not a million miles off, but I am playing, I think, exclusively 4 this season, which is amazing. Thank you, Custard. Thank you for not making me go. I mean, technically, I do have to go back to the offlane, but thank you for not making me do it on a core. Thank you. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I think this team.
But I do think some negatives potentially for your team I believe Marquise is 1 year out of Dota.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he is.
and there's a potential. There's maybe a couple of guys that so Jasper, he doesn't play normal heroes.
No.
And that could be an issue, or it could be a buff going into CD. It really depends on the pool. Because if the pool is like, oh look, there's 7 normal support heroes, it might just be that Jasper's like, no, I don't really play those, and like, there's not any of his weird ones in the pool. It might like that could be like a real weird reverse captain's draft thing. Usually it's the other way around where there's no supports and the support has to play something funky, but like it could end up being the other way around for you guys. I'm not sure, but
We
I
we
don't
do have some
want to. I'm not looking
flex.
forward to playing into your team.
Yeah, we do have
You
flex.
do,
So we'll
for
see how
sure.
it goes. We've got to get Marquise back into the flow of things. Also, I've been out of 4 for 2 seasons now, so I need to get back into the flow of things the other day. I played an in-house the other day. It felt good to be back on 4. I'm really scared of this team, Team Rocket, which is Lucas,
Team
Daggy, Edgar,
Rocket.
Edo, and Samson. Samson, how is Samson a last pick? I genuinely don't understand.
Yeah, and the funny thing is actually, like, if we want to get into some IDL drama, is that like Joe, Samson's brother, could have picked him, but he decided to pick Jerry instead, which
Jerry is
is
a
kind of
great
funny.
player. Jerry is a great
I
player.
know, I know, but it's just like funny that Joe could have had,
Bro,
him,
you
Seb,
could have
and then Samson.
he could have had a Seb off lane, JPK carry, and
I
Samson.
know,
Like
dude.
that
I know.
team
This is
does
the
not
whole. This is the
lose.
whole thing.
That team does not lose.
That's
Like I just don't
yeah.
understand.
But yeah, in any case, so that's ended with Lucas. Yeah, so he snapped up Daggy and Edgar straight up, got Edo nice and easy, and then yeah, there was just a nice little present waiting at the end for last pick for
Yeah,
Daggy, or for Lucas, sorry. Like
yeah,
really nice, just like, oh look at that, a Kensudo on the floor. Oh, I'll pick him
yeah.
up. And yeah, this team looks very scary. I'm playing them on Wednesday now, and
Ooh, okay,
I'm concerned.
okay.
Very concerned.
Well, let's move on to the good guys. So this
Yeah.
is Ryan captaining again. We've got Finn, Higgsy, QC, and Nelson. This looks like a great team. Wow.
Oh, this looks
There's
like a
so
really fun
many.
team. I
This
don't
looks like a
know.
really fun team. Yeah, hell yeah. This is awesome. So I'm going to assume then that this is a QC support again. So we're going to have QC on. So.
Yeah, I think QC and Finn are probably like 3/4.
Oh, wait.
I
Who's
think
one? I think. Oh, Finn mid. Higgsy on
Nelson
one.
Nelson said he pref 1.
Oh, okay, so Nelson one, Finn 3, Higgsy 2, QC 4, Ryan 5.
Hmm. I think so, but then with Finn and Nick probably flip-flopping 3 and 4, depending on
Yeah.
the heroes, I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and I think this team is going to be the ultimate fucking chaos team. I think there's going to be like nonsense galore when you watch this team. I think they're just going to be doing shenanigans across the map. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you're supposed to lane into Finn
Finn and
and Nick
QC
in
on
the
the
same
same.
lane.
Yeah,
I really don't.
exactly. I was about to say.
Yeah, I just. I have no idea how that's going to pass. It could go horribly wrong as well. So it's going to be like a train wreck one way or the other. I
One
think
way or the
I
other.
don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could not predict how that team's going to go.
Yeah. And then Silent Guys is. So we've got Taylor returning. So Semel, Taylor, Goldrian, Sean,
Yeah,
and Gianni. Who's the support here? Because G and Sean. I mean, I know Taylor's the one. Wait, what? So
Taylor
G and.
plays 3. I thought
Oh, Taylor plays 3. Okay,
Taylor's
so
a pos 3 main.
okay, so it's Semel, 2,
Semel 2,
Taylor. Oh wait, no.
Taylor
Oh,
3.
hold on. Wait, is it Semel? What? No, it's Semel 2, Taylor 3, Sean 1, G 4, Goldrian 5, something like that.
I think yeah, that's how I was picturing it. Potentially, I suppose you could put Semel 1 and maybe put someone else mid, but I don't really have another mid laner, so maybe that's not even
Yeah, I
possible.
don't know if you want to do that.
I think Semel might just be stuck mid this season.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I'd probably say his best position.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I know he likes branching out into other roles though, so unfortunate. But yeah, he's the captain. He can just make people go to lanes.
He
So
can.
maybe we'll see that.
Yeah, I think this team could be really strong if we can see Sean. If it is Sean on one firing on all cylinders. If Sean's firing, this is scary.
I don't know how when I watched the draft, I had it on while I was driving, and I wasn't paying much attention. I've just actually looked at this. Sorry to jump ahead. I've just looked at Sporky Diver, who is the next team. I don't think I internalized who's on this team. That's just a
No.
wild fucking team.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
I mean,
this is a
firstly,
crazy good team.
this is crazy good, and also it's crazy, just full stop crazy. Like you've got Borky and Sporky on the same team, like Spork and Bork.
Yeah,
What is
but
first? That is a
and then
dastardly
there's
duo.
three cores. Like they're three
Yeah.
cores. Andrew, Kira, and Ari.
So
Like
is
that's not a
this
fucking. You
Sam
can't
playing
snooze on
offlane
that.
here?
Like yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think they'll probably do hero based Sam and
Ah, I
Ari.
see. Hmm.
Like but yeah, like that's a sick tricore. Like that's just really really solid. Like
Yeah.
there's not going to be an easy hole to poke in that team. I know Borky and Jace have their funny like oh they die loads ha ha ha, but like it's not like I don't think it's going to really happen here. I feel like Andrew's going to be calling the shots here, and it's going
Yeah.
to be like a tightly run machine.
You've also got the Andrew C buff of just him knowing every single like captain's draft combination of being like loading into the
This
pool
is
and being
true.
like, this is just the best hero.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then your team, last but not least,
Oh,
Pete,
I
Bayesian,
like
Matt.
this
I mean,
team.
this is a cool team. I'm not gonna lie. This is a
This
really
is
cool
sort
team.
of Daggicles V2.
Yeah. This is
It's pretty
almost like,
close.
yeah. So you swapped out Pete for Daggy, and you swapped out. Oh no, sorry.
Lab
In
for
terms of
death row.
Lab for Pete and Daggy for Death Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, so ideally we should be able to do a similar formula. Ideally, because we know that me, Bajan, and Blop, we know that works. That's good. Like
So
that,
who's
it's
playing the
gonna be.
offlane here? Is it Death Row?
I think it's gonna be. We're gonna have a rotating cast. It's gonna be hero based because I think Ollie's probably our most pool limited player, so we're gonna have to play around that a fair bit
Okay.
to make sure we've got somebody happy on each role.
Yeah.
Um, so there'll probably be some games where I play one, two, or three, and
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
with Ollie, same with Pete. I think we're going to rotate the whole way across, like just do it hero based.
Yeah. I think that's going to work well. To be honest, you've got three core. Well,
I think
technically
so.
four if you count Bluppius, who can flex all
I
around.
I do
Because
kind of count Bluppius because like you the thing is between Bajan and Blup they play pretty much all the supports, and then
yeah.
Blup also plays a few of the quote unquote supports like Nature's
Mhm.
Prophet and Spirit Breaker, where like if we just give him Nature's, he's basically a fourth core.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Not that we're going to get Nature's ever in CD, but
No.
you know, it's
Still,
fine.
it's worth thinking about at least.
It's worth having a
Get
dream
idealize
that
it.
maybe Nature's
Yeah.
will slip by. He's a universal hero. He's towards the bottom of the list. Maybe he'll be at the bottom and people don't notice. I don't know. You just might not see him.
I had a dream. Famous quote from Martin Wraith King. One
I
day.
do, but yeah, I
One
think
day.
this is going to be a fun team. I think we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to work. I hope it will,
I think it will.
but I'm not sure.
I'd say out of these teams, your team is one that I would not be wanting to play into as like one of the first games of the season if I was warming up. That's for sure. Because it seems like you guys could just click. You've
Yeah,
already got
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. I
basis.
think because we've got three players that have just had a season on together. Like it's like we know how to do that. We could do our first phase picks quite easily because I've got that ready to go. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
no prep necessary.
No prep. Right, and with that, we covered the season. So anything to add for today?
Um, Only thing I've got left to add is first game is going to be Tuesday the 8th. We've got the Ass guys versus the good guys.
Yeah.
Tuesday 8th of July. So I may be casting that. I'm not sure. But yeah, we've got games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday this week. So yeah,
Okay.
tune in
Be there or be
and
square.
looking forward to the new season. It's already
Yeah,
starting. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. Yeah, let's go. Um, yeah, leave a comment, whatever Matt says now, in the description.
Matt Mellon, top one carry player.
Leave comment Matt Mellon, top one carry player, especially if your name begins with a J. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and sorry about the audio quality again. We'll be back next week for with a guest as well. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll be sourcing a guest.
cool. See you all next week. Bye.
See you later.